Good morning. Today is Saturday, January 29th, 2022. Welcome to Columnhenge at Alpha Ωmega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas, halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Really excited this morning because we're about to unveil once again the opening of the 9th Treasury of Light together with you from the secret teachings of Jesus. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? That there might have actually been more teachings from Jesus than we have in the Bible. And that is actually the case. There were 2 books of the Bible that were suppressed by the Romans, but were recovered in Egypt in 1769 that claimed to contain the secret spiritual practices that Jesus taught to his disciples. I'm Reverend David Griffin.
I'm Reverend Leslie McQuade.
And anthropologist, and thanks to Leslie, in great part, we have this magnificent rite today restored to its original beauty and revived using techniques of anthropology that have been used reviving ancient religious practices since the 20th century. Without further ado, let us begin with the opening of the 9th Treasury of Light.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow your breath as it spreads throughout your body. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into omega earth. I call on you in the east, alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega.
Alpha
et Omega,
the beginning
and the end,
and the path of the age between sunrise
and sunset,
and the path of the sun between birth
and death,
and the path of life between. Alpha
Omega.
The most frequent question we get asked is, what is the purpose of these spiritual practices that Jesus taught to his disciples now that we have them back and can see what they are? Well, it's actually quite easy to explain to you. The primary purpose is to strengthen, energize, and purify your soul. In other words, your energetic body or your light suit. Together with breaking the power of the demons over you, filling in the inequities in your soul, forgiving sins, and rising into the kingdom of light. This is basically the entire program. And these are a set of spiritual practices, much like yoga for the West, that were left here by Jesus for us. The purpose of the opening of the Treasuries of Light is now quite clear to us. This is the first book of Yahweh, and it's interesting because all of the other rites and practices are in the second book. The Treasuries of Light are in a book all to themselves of the Bible. And now that we have been working with them every single day for 4 years, or just about every single day, we begin to notice some very important things. It is becoming more and more apparent that the main purpose of this particular rite, the opening of the Treasuries of Light, is for the opening of your mind unto the higher dimensions. It's beginning to perceive beyond the reality of only 3 dimensions, beginning to become aware of the subtle dimensions, and especially beginning to remember that part of you which even now is in the kingdom of light. For you are a multidimensional creature, as am I, and as are we all. This morning, we begin by reaching out to the angels of the 9th Treasury of Light. Angels of the 9th Treasury, attend! Watchers, we know your names, so stand aside and grant us entry into the 9th Treasury of Light. Open. Open. Diagon. Let the doors of the treasury be thrown wide open. And the living Jesus said, there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. Shining angel, head in my Father's treasury in the honored place of the East. First of 12, we call upon you by your sacred and ancient name, left to us by the living Jesus. Aozaya. Aozaya. Ahoba inoja. Ahoba inoja. Ozawe. Welcome to our circle. Welcome, O mighty angel of the Lord. For 40 days and 40 nights, the Master fasted in the desert. Naranezau. 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 Goza zei. Gujaze. Unijaya. Unijaya. Alpha Ωmega. Alpha Ωmega. Tozeia. Tozeia. Ezapsachunza. Ezapsachunza. Barezazai. Barezazai. And finally, 12th of 12, we call you forth, shining angel. Eyafaza. Eyafaza. And so we completed our journey through the places. Calling forth each mighty angel in its proper rank and proper place. And at length we came to the place of the middle, the place of the center, called place of the midst, place of the Father, of the 9th Treasury of Light. Almighty Father of the 9th Treasury of Light, emanation upon emanation of emanations, you emanate from Yahweh. Yahweh. We call upon you, O Father of the 9th Treasury of Light, by your cipher and by your name, we call you forth. Ioe, I, Toi. Ioe, Toi. Let the divine light descend. We welcome you, Almighty Ones. We welcome the hosts of the Lord, Almighty angelic hosts. We welcome you, Ioe Toi, Commander of Hosts, Father of the 9th Treasury. We thank you so much for coming again. We thank you so much for your return to the earth. We thank you so much for answering the call so many centuries later. We thank you so much for coming and answering the call left to us by the living Jesus and showing us the way. It is the intention of this ritual to open our minds unto the higher, let our minds be opened unto the solar dimensions. May we be purified of iniquity. May we be purified and cleansed, our souls. May we be prepared, forgiven of our sins. And may we be elevated and enraised and enlightened by the hosts of heaven to help us on our ascent into the kingdom of light. May we one day follow in the pathway opened for us by the living Jesus, the pathway of ascension from the earth unto heaven. For long have we labored upon this planet. For long have we labored in bondage here on earth. For true freedom exists in bodies of light, inside the stars and sun, inside the dimension of light, the dimension of starfire. Upon our ascension we shall know true freedom in the promised land promised to us by Jesus Christ prior to his ascension. He said, the kingdom of light is spread out before you, and yet you see it not. It is true, it is here even now. As I speak and as we join together with you and with the angelic hosts here in Columnhenge once again. They are here as you are here. You may not be standing physically here with us, and we may not be able to perceive them with our physical eyes, but they are here as much as you are. Right now, right here. We have great reason to rejoice, because for too many centuries the demons have run roughshod over the earth and have run wild, and now the angels have returned. Humanity is not alone anymore. We have faced great trials, and we shall face even greater trials before this is over. But we are not alone anymore. We have powerful allies, for the angels of the Lord are with us. God has not abandoned us in our hour of trial. He is with us even now. And he has sent his angels to watch over and protect us, and to free us from bondage on this planet. For verily I say unto you, we shall leave this planet at the end of this incarnation. Those of us who choose will be able to leave. For as Moses said to Pharaoh, let my people go, so say I now to the lords of the earth, let our people go, because the time has come for the great ascension. For the rapture, foretold by John on the island of Patmos, is at hand, thanks to the second coming of the spiritual practice taught by Jesus to his disciples. And I ask a personal favor today. Watch over my dear friend Paul as he lies between life and death. Bring him back to us, O Lord. Bring him back to us intact. Thank you so much. We ask all these things in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God Force energy. As you have more God Force energy within you, so you find your day is easier to experience. You don't get rattled by inconvenience, and the stressors that normally send other people through the roof don't affect you. And the reason why is that you are confident in your faith. And confidence in your faith gives you a lot of things that people who don't have confidence simply don't have. Faith is estimated by anthropologists to be the one thing that truly sets us apart from the animals. Because you see, it is through our faith and hope and confidence in the future that we are able to withstand and pass through many of the trials that we experience. How many times, if you knew how short the pain was going to be, would you have just gone ahead? If you had known that it would only take 30 seconds of intense pain, and if you could get through that, the whole world would be yours, and you could have all the freedom that you desired. Would that 30 seconds of pain really be a problem for you to give up. And that's what most people agree, that those 30 seconds of pain are nothing in comparison to the rest of your life being lived in pleasure. And that's what delayed gratification teaches us. Delayed gratification is something that I was taught at a very young age, not just by the school system, but most importantly by my family. They explained that by waiting for something, it makes it better. Christmas presents, for example. Don't you know that it's always better to not know what you're getting, or to want something really badly and then have hope that you'll get it then, and then the day arrives and you do? And you see, life is like Christmas every day, because you never know what's going to come to you next. The present is a gift. That's what Eleanor Roosevelt said. She said that's why we call it a present, the present, because the present is a gift. Every moment that we spend here together is a gift from God. This experience, having breath, having life, having free will, these are things not experienced by other creations of God. How much free will does a sparrow have? A sparrow has the free will to survive, but not thrive. And you don't look to a sparrow when you need to learn how to use a slide rule. You look to a human being. And that's because we have achieved a higher state of consciousness than the birds. How is that? It is because of our free will. Without free will, your consciousness cannot fully develop. And an undeveloped consciousness remains on earth. A fully developed consciousness rises in its body of light into the kingdom of heaven. And I believe that this is the reason why the people who purport to rule us try so hard to keep us in a neotenant state. They try and keep us artificially young, because the young don't know enough to protect themselves. Young people don't know about the real dangers on earth, and so it's easy to lead them astray and lie to them, because young people don't have enough life experience to know when they're being lied to. That's why you're not an adult until you're 18, because you have to be old enough to be able to discern the difference between lies and truth. Children cannot discern the difference between lies and truth. This is why they have parents who take care of them. Do you know how to tell the difference between a lie and the truth? Or have you been lied to so frequently, so often, and about so many things that you have lost that ability of discernment? Can you no longer tell lies from truth? Well, look at yourself. Is what you're living true? How many times do you tell the truth, and how many times do you tell a lie during the day? Today, I'm going to ask you to keep track. I'm going to ask you to make truth your constant companion today. And I want you to be aware of every time that you tell an untruth. It doesn't have to be a full-blown lie. It can be a little white lie that you tell someone because you want to save their ego. It's still a lie. It still damages your brain. And when you know that you're lying, it's different. Know that you're lying, know why. And then try and work that out in the mirror between you and God. God and Jesus spoke of truth as being foremost important. Yes, the truth is sometimes painful. That's all right. We talked about that 30 seconds of pain already, didn't we? And that's why I'm telling you about the truth now. Don't worry about those 30 seconds of pain. The rest of your life, the rest of your eternity, knowing that when you live in eternity, you have nothing to regret from your life on earth. Now that is truly heaven. And how can you remember these things that I'm telling you now? Well, you remember them because you're breathing now. And remember, each time you take a breath, to hear my voice telling you these things about the God force.
Thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful and inspiring message on this gorgeous, gorgeous spring morning here in the Mojave Desert. Yeah, we get spring a little earlier than the rest of you here. The winter's trying to hang on, but it's not doing a very good job of it. So we really appreciate your being here, and please share this video. It's only because of you sharing the word that people are discovering these spiritual practices once again. The opening of the Treasury of Light is amazing for opening our minds to the higher dimensions and to begin to perceive not only physical reality but spiritual reality as well. Also, visit us on our website at alphaomega.church. There you will find a free ebook to download that gives you the beginnings of the secret teachings of Jesus' system, the 3 secret baptisms that Jesus used to initiate his disciples. Also, while you're there, we ask that you consider perhaps leaving a donation. We depend completely and entirely on your patronage, on the patronage of our congregation for the furtherance of this mission. You know, the God force is completely free. All you have to do is reach out and absorb it and then shine it. But to get this word out costs real money. So we appreciate your help. Thank you so much. We'll see you again tomorrow. And until then, as always, as the Master Jesus said, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God force run strong within you. And, as always, may your prayers and your magics work better than expected.